The dawn cracks open, not with gentle light, but with a silent, thunderous question that echoes in the chambers of every soul: is this all there is? You feel it, don't you? That gnawing whisper in the quiet hours, the restless yearning for a life unlived, a potential unearthed. You see the masters, the titans of industry, the quiet revolutionaries who reshaped their world, and you wonder, how did they do it? What secret fire burned within them? It wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It was a conscious, relentless, unwavering decision. A decision to bend reality to their will, not through brute force, but through the cultivation of an inner empire. For too long, we've been lulled into a comfortable mediocrity, a collective trance where dreams gather dust and ambition withers on the vine of procrastination. We chase fleeting pleasures, succumb to instant gratification, and allow the relentless tide of external circumstances to dictate our internal landscape. But understand this: your life does not happen to you. It happens from you. The masterpiece you envision, the fortune you desire, the impact you long to make, it all begins with a seed planted deep within the fertile soil of your own mind. This isn't about mere positive thinking, it's about the absolute conviction that you are the architect of your destiny. Consider the crucible of Thomas Edison's laboratory, not as a place of effortless genius, but as a monument to relentless experimentation, to thousands of failures that were merely stepping stones to a single, triumphant success. He didn't just think about inventing the light bulb, he believed it was possible, with an unwavering, unyielding faith that transcended every setback. His belief wasn't a fragile hope, it was an ironclad certainty that propelled him forward, day after day, through countless iterations of trial and error. This is the bedrock of all extraordinary achievement, an absolute and unshakable belief in your own capacity, even when the evidence outside screams otherwise. This belief isn't born from empty affirmations. It's forged in the fires of decision. It's the conscious act of declaring to yourself, and to the universe, that you are worthy, capable, and destined for greatness. It's the internal switch flipped, the internal thermostat set, not for comfort, but for challenge. This is the fixed purpose that Napoleon Hill spoke of, a burning desire, so intense, so vivid, that it consumes all doubt, all fear, all hesitation. It's the unwavering North Star that guides you through the storms and guides you home. Without this burning desire, you are a ship without a rudder, adrift on the vast, indifferent ocean of life. But with it, you become an unstoppable force, a human locomotive gaining momentum with every turn of the wheel. And from this bedrock of belief, a crystal-clear vision must emerge. Not a vague wish, not a fuzzy notion, but a meticulously detailed blueprint of your desired future. What does your ideal life look like, feel like, sound like? Can you see it with the vivid clarity of a waking dream? Can you smell the success, taste the triumph, feel the texture of achievement in your hands? Walt Disney didn't just dream of a theme park, he envisioned every detail, from the cast members' smiles to the meticulous landscaping, long before a single shovel broke ground. He lived in the future he was creating, and that vivid internal reality manifested into the external marvel we know today as Disneyland. Your mind is the most powerful projector in the universe, and what you consistently project onto the screen of your consciousness will inevitably manifest in your physical reality. Don't simply want something, see it, feel it, know it with every fiber of your being. This vision, once clear, demands purposeful action. Not frantic, undirected activity, but deliberate, strategic movement aligned with your highest aims. The world is filled with individuals who work tirelessly, yet achieve little, because their efforts are scattered, their focus diffused. Purposeful action is the hammer striking the chisel, shaping the raw marble of your potential into the sculpture of your destiny. It's the constant, consistent application of effort towards your well-defined objective. It's the daily habit of showing up, even when the muse is absent, even when the task feels mundane, even when the path seems steepest. Abraham Lincoln, through years of tireless study and relentless political engagement, built his knowledge and influence brick by brick, preparing himself for the immense challenges of leadership long before he stepped into the presidency. His actions were always in service of a larger purpose, a deep-seated commitment to a unified nation. He understood that greatness is not an overnight phenomenon, but the cumulative result of consistent, intelligent effort. This isn't about revolutionary leaps every single day. It's about the relentless accumulation of small victories. Think of it as compounding interest for your ambition. Each small, consistent step forward, each commitment honored, each obstacle overcome, adds to your momentum, builds your confidence, and fortifies your resolve. The greatest monuments were not built in a single day, but by the steady placement of one stone upon another. So it is with your dreams. Don't despise the day of small beginnings, for in those humble steps lies the true power of transformation. The path to extraordinary achievement is not a gentle stroll through a manicured garden, it is a trek across rugged terrain, often through howling gales and unforeseen storms. This is where resilience becomes your armor, your impenetrable shield against the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Life will test you. It will hurl setbacks, doubts, and rejections in your path. It will whisper insidious lies in your ear, tempting you to abandon your quest, to retreat to the comfortable confines of the known. But understand this fundamental truth: every adversity carries within it the seed of an equivalent or greater advantage. Consider Henry Ford, who faced immense skepticism, financial woes, and multiple business failures before finally revolutionizing the automotive industry. Each setback wasn't a dead end, it was a lesson, a pivot point, an opportunity to refine his approach and strengthen his resolve. He didn't see failure as the opposite of success, but as an indispensable part of the journey towards it. This is the unwavering faith that separates the dreamers from the doers, the casual observers from the dedicated architects of their own fate. When faced with a wall, the resilient mind doesn't lament its existence, it seeks a way around, over, or through it, seeing not an impediment, but an invitation to innovate, to adapt, to grow. This resilience is not merely about enduring hardship, it's about actively seeking it, embracing it, and transforming it into fuel for your ascent. It's the willingness to step outside your comfort zone, to venture into the unknown, to confront your fears head-on. Because it is in the crucible of challenge that your true strength is revealed, your capabilities expanded, and your character forged into something unbreakable. The human spirit, when properly ignited and consistently challenged, possesses an almost limitless capacity for growth and adaptation. But resilience alone is not enough. It must be paired with an insatiable hunger for learning. The world is in perpetual motion, evolving at an accelerating pace. What was revolutionary yesterday is commonplace today, and obsolete tomorrow. To stand still is to fall behind. To remain stagnant is to invite stagnation into every area of your life. The masters are perpetual students, their mind sponges, constantly absorbing new knowledge, new skills, new perspectives. They understand that wisdom is not a fixed destination, but an endless journey of discovery. Look at Andrew Carnegie, a man who rose from poverty to become one of the wealthiest individuals in history. His insatiable appetite for books, for mentors, for new ideas, fueled his ascent. He understood that intellectual capital is the true currency of lasting success. He didn't just work hard, he worked smart, constantly refining his understanding, adapting to market shifts, and leveraging new information to his advantage. This commitment to lifelong learning isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for survival and prosperity in the modern age. It is the fuel that keeps the engine of your ambition purring, the illumination that lights your path forward. And with learning comes adaptability. The world is not static, your plans cannot be either. Rigidity is the enemy of progress. The ability to pivot, to adjust, to course-correct in the face of unforeseen circumstances is paramount. The greatest strategies are not those that rigidly adhere to a predetermined path, but those that possess the fluidity to navigate unexpected detours and capitalize on emergent opportunities. This requires an open mind, a willingness to question your assumptions, and the courage to abandon methods that no longer serve your ultimate objective. Think of a river. It doesn't fight against the boulders in its path, it flows around them, finding new channels, eroding obstacles over time. Its purpose remains constant, to reach the sea, but its path is ever-changing, ever-adapting. You must embody this same fluidity. Don't be so attached to your initial approach that you fail to see a better way. Embrace experimentation. Welcome feedback. Be willing to shed old paradigms that no longer serve your growth. The ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is the superpower of the 21st century. It is the dynamic force that allows you to not only survive change but to thrive within it, to become the sculptor of your own reality in a constantly shifting landscape. The foundation of all this striving, this relentless pursuit of excellence, is not solely for personal gain. True, lasting fulfillment blossoms from a deeper wellspring, purpose. Not just a vague ambition, but a profound, resonant reason for being, a contribution that transcends your individual existence. When your purpose is clear, when your actions are aligned with a higher calling, the mundane transforms into the meaningful, obstacles become opportunities, and your efforts are imbued with an unstoppable force. Think of Martin Luther King Jr. His dream extended far beyond personal ambition, it was a vision of justice, equality, and human dignity that uplifted an entire nation. His purpose was so powerful, so deeply rooted, that it propelled him through unimaginable adversity, inspiring millions and forever altering the course of history. When your work serves something larger than yourself, when you contribute to the betterment of humanity, your motivation becomes inexhaustible, your impact immeasurable. This is the ultimate fuel for sustained effort, the silent engine that drives monumental achievement. And from this deep well of purpose, gratitude flows naturally. Not a saccharine, superficial acknowledgement, but a profound, heartfelt appreciation for every step of the journey, the victories, the lessons, even the setbacks. Gratitude transforms adversity into opportunity, scarcity into abundance, and doubt into conviction. It shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is possible, from what you don't have to what you can create. The richest individuals, not just in material wealth but in spirit, are those who cultivate a daily practice of gratitude. They understand that abundance is not merely about accumulation, but about appreciation. When you operate from a place of gratitude, you open yourself to receiving more, because you recognize the blessings that already exist. This isn't a passive emotion, it's an active force that magnetizes more good into your life. It's the silent prayer whispered each morning, the conscious acknowledgement of the gift of another day, another opportunity to create, to learn, to serve. It anchors you to the present moment, allowing you to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. But purpose and gratitude, though potent, require the constant companion of discipline. Not the rigid, punitive discipline of forced compliance, but the joyful, self-imposed discipline of a master craftsman dedicated to their art. It's the consistent choice to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it, because you understand the ultimate reward of persistent effort. It's the daily sacrifice of immediate gratification for long-term fulfillment. Consider the meticulous daily routines of artists, athletes, and entrepreneurs who have reached the pinnacle of their respective fields. Their success is not a result of fleeting inspiration, but of unyielding discipline. They rise early, they train relentlessly, they dedicate themselves to their craft, day after day, regardless of mood or circumstance. They understand that discipline is not a restriction, but a liberation, the freedom to create the life they envision, unburdened by procrastination and distraction. It is the bridge between desire and achievement, the silent force that transforms dreams into reality. Without discipline, even the most brilliant ideas remain dormant, untapped potential. With it, every aspiration becomes a tangible possibility. And this discipline fuels action. Not just any action, but massive, intelligent, and persistent action. The world does not reward intentions, it rewards results. And results are the inevitable byproduct of consistent, directed effort. Too many dreams wither in the realm of contemplation, trapped in the endless loop of analysis paralysis. The time for dreaming is vital, but the time for doing is paramount. Think of the relentless drive of figures like Elon Musk, pushing boundaries, launching rockets, and revolutionizing industries. His vision is audacious, but it is his unwavering commitment to massive action, despite enormous challenges and public scrutiny, that brings those visions to life. He doesn't wait for permission, he builds. He doesn't just plan, he executes. The world is filled with brilliant minds who talk a good game, but the true architects of progress are those who consistently step into the arena, who embrace the grind, and who understand that consistent, intelligent action is the only language the universe truly understands. The journey you are on, the transformation you seek, is not a destination to be reached, but a state of perpetual becoming. It is the relentless pursuit of your highest self, a constant refinement of your character, your habits, and your mindset. This path demands an unwavering commitment to self-mastery, the conscious control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, aligning them all with your ultimate purpose. This self-mastery is not about suppressing your desires or denying your humanity, it is about directing your powerful internal forces with precision and intention. It's about recognizing that your thoughts are not merely fleeting impulses, but the blueprints of your reality. What you consistently dwell upon, what you feed with your attention and energy, will inevitably manifest in your life. This is the profound truth embedded in the law of attraction, not as a mystical charm, but as a fundamental principle of cause and effect in the mental realm. Your dominant thoughts, whether positive or negative, act as magnets, attracting corresponding circumstances into your experience. To master yourself is to master your mind, to consciously choose thoughts that empower you, elevate you, and propel you towards your grandest aspirations. This also means understanding and managing your emotions. Emotions are powerful servants, but terrible masters. When you allow your emotional state to dictate your actions, you become a slave to circumstance. But when you consciously cultivate states of courage, determination, and optimism, you gain an internal leverage that no external force can diminish. It's not about ignoring fear or sadness, but about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then choosing to act in alignment with your higher purpose, regardless of how you feel in the moment. The disciplined individual doesn't wait for motivation to strike, they create it through consistent action, knowing that positive emotions often follow purposeful effort. And finally, this continuous journey demands an unwavering commitment to growth. Not just intellectual growth, but emotional, spiritual, and experiential growth. Every challenge overcome, every new skill acquired, every perspective gained, expands your capacity and enriches your experience. The true measure of a life well lived is not merely the accumulation of possessions, but the continuous expansion of your consciousness, the deepening of your wisdom, and the relentless pursuit of your potential. This means embracing discomfort, stepping into the unknown, and consciously seeking out experiences that challenge your existing paradigms. Remember, the 6-month rule isn't a magic formula or a passive promise. It is a declaration. It is the commitment to an intensive, focused period of transformation, built upon these immutable principles. It is the conscious decision to compress years of potential growth into a condensed period of deliberate, purposeful action. It's the conviction that if you apply these timeless truths with absolute fidelity, with unwavering discipline, and with an unshakable belief, your life will be irrevocably, undeniably altered. You will emerge from this 6-month crucible not merely changed, but transformed, a more powerful, more capable, more purposeful version of yourself. This isn't about waiting for inspiration to strike, it's about becoming the inspiration. It's about igniting that internal fire and tending to it daily, relentlessly, until it becomes an inferno that consumes all limitations. The future you desire, the fortune you seek, the impact you yearn to make, it all awaits you on the other side of your unwavering commitment. The universe is not a fickle mistress, it rewards those who are clear in their intention, consistent in their effort, and unyielding in their belief. So, let this moment be your turning point. Let this very breath be a declaration of your unwavering intent. Do not merely hear these words, feel them resonate within the deepest chambers of your being. For the power to sculpt your destiny, to rewrite your story, to finally live the life you were always meant to live, resides not in some external force, but within you, now, waiting to be unleashed. The time for hesitation is over. The time for waiting is done. Your future is not a distant horizon, it is a canvas, and the brush is in your hand. Seize it. Create. Transform. The 6-month rule is not a passive observation, it is a call to action. An invitation to awaken the sleeping giant within. Answer it. Now.